Hello, greetings, and welcome to This is Private Practice. It's 4:30 p.m. on Tuesday, the 2nd of October. Why is the fact that it's Tuesday so important? Because it feels like a Friday. I have only been at work in my office for 2 days this week, and I have this amazing ability to create all of these little piles of paper everywhere. I'm obviously feeling a little out of control. So my method of controlling is to put like-minded pieces of paper together and create a little pile out of them. There's a system to my madness. I have no idea what each of the piles represent, but there's a function. So that is the pile of stuff that I don't actually know where it goes. That's a pile of stuff I might need later. That's a pile of stuff I know I'm going to need later. And that's a pile of stuff that needs to go out of this room. Wow, what a great day. Hello, Carol and Mia and Jen and Priscilla. It is lovely to see you all here today. I have just gotten off an interview with Angela Lockwood, and if you're not an Australian, you might not know her. If you do know her, you just, wow, what an incredible meeting of kindred spirits. Angela has graciously agreed to be interviewed for my book, and we're talking about being a health professional and being an entrepreneurial clinician, and she defines it so well and gives some great advice into the need for us as health professionals to have a really savvy business mindset and understanding that if we don't get good at the business part of things, then all we're doing is letting our clients see the leftovers that we have, because we spend so much time and energy chasing all the bits of stuff that we don't feel like we're doing very well. It was just such a clever way of jolting me out of some of my own inertia around some things I don't want to have to pay for, or I'll get it all done myself. And I've really appreciated that interview. I'm really looking forward to releasing it when the podcast series gets released with the book, because she and I are both Australians, and many Australians, when we get together, we talk really fast and we often talk over the top of each other. It's a part of our style. For those of us who have done speaker training, one of the first things we are taught is to slow down, to enunciate, and to give people time to hear what we say, absorb the information, and respond to it. And neither of us were doing that at all today. We were just like getting all the words out and all the information out. And I think I'll have to put a little warning with that audio that you might need to listen to it at half speed. So that was just such a wonderful experience. Although the internet did stop working for me because Australia, and I just thought it was kind of remarkable that a woman who's written a book called Switch Off, which is about switching off a lot of things, including technology, we had the switch off of the internet. We're both sitting there staring at our computer screens going, what just happened? So that was a lot of fun, and it's just fueling my desire to get this book finished. I was feeling so stressed about it a couple of weeks ago, and I was talking about it, and yes, Carol, it certainly was the prayer, because I was the one that kept bringing us back to the core of the conversation. But I was so stressed at this book, and I did that whole comparison thing that we all do, where it was not going to be good enough. I didn't have anything of value to say, that the information's old, that who am I to talk about this? What makes me think I'm so special? And I had all of those really negative thoughts, or people, or personas, or bosses, or parents, or ex-boyfriends sitting on my shoulder questioning, who am I to create this book? Who am I to write about something that hasn't even been fully formed yet, that it's still forming? And since I've been interviewing, and yes, thanks Priscilla, I need to throw that head trash out. But since conducting 2 interviews, it's just reignited my passion for this message, and for us to be able to communicate where we're at in the world of where we fit, and how we as health professionals have responsibilities and opportunities, and how being an entrepreneur isn't just a job title, it's a way of thinking. And if we as health professionals don't start embracing it, then we're going to get left behind. And as a profession, people will find us redundant. And I think Mental health professionals have a massive, massive problem here because we've got the rise of the coaching fraternity. And we all know that coaching has incredible value to offer, but it may not be the right thing for somebody who is quite unwell and actually needs therapy, and we need to learn how to not just coexist, but understand when coaching is relevant and useful and the right thing, but then when therapy is relevant and the right thing at the right time. But the marketplace struggles to understand that, and no one's going to help them. Academia isn't going to help them because it takes forever to get a paper published. Janice Sloan Moran, if you ever watch this video, I just want to encourage you with your dissertation. I am in awe of anybody who wants to go back and do higher education and contribute to academic knowledge. We need you. If you've got that on your heart, if you've got that fire in your belly, please don't ignore it, because I know I don't. And I need to know what it is that you've researched, what you've thought about, because you're spending the time making sure that the evidence that I am building through my practice is backed up by the evidence of other people. So, wow, could you please keep going, because I need you to do the thing that you have gifted the world to do. Okay, I digress there for a moment. So I'm feeling rather enthusiastic about my book and the interviews that are happening. And I'm interviewing a clinician here in Australia. Her name is Anastasia. She has a remarkable practice. She's a psychotherapist who tend to be right up on the totem pole with the rehab counsellors, and the clin psychs sit way up here with the physios, and everyone else sits way down here, and the OTs are somewhere in the middle. Yes, we do have a hierarchy here, but she has built something extraordinary here in Australia, and has now taken it to Great Britain. Yes, the convicts are going home. If you've heard me talk about my heritage, you'll understand that story. But I'm really looking forward. Her passion for her people has helped her create this thriving business where she as a person has been able to thrive. So that's an interview I'm looking forward to doing over the weekend. So 3 days of delivery for me today. I worked hard yesterday. I feel like I've worked really hard today, because the other thing we are continuing to work on here at Purple Co HQ is transitioning out of Infusionsoft and over to Active Campaign. And this is where we have discovered that there are features of my personality that aren't helpful in driving this business forward. Because I'm very good at having an idea in the moment and going, oh, we'll get back to that, and we'll get back to that, and we'll get back to that. Well, could you imagine 8 years of getting back to that? We have been uncovering Band-Aids of things I didn't even know existed. Like, there are so many layers of Band-Aids over this system that poor Debbie Eglin and Sophie, as they peel off one, it's like, oh, look, there's several more. And Joe thought we were finished. So I want to say another great big thank you to Debbie for having the patience to work on this project. She says she loves it. She told me that today. I think I have it recorded. She goes, this is so much fun. I'm sitting there going, Debbie's going to hate me. Why I'm telling you that is because if you have features of your personality where you'll go, I'll get to that, I'll get to that, I'll get to that, chances are you're also going to be like me and you never will. So unless you plan to get to it and have a plan in place for getting to it, then please don't enroll in that training or go to that conference or buy that piece of software or have another subscription to another piece of software or pretend that somehow by a thing turning up in your email by osmosis that it's going to become new knowledge. I think it's really important that we get better at saying no or not yet. It's too easy for us to say yes, and we have this incredible hyper urgency around everything. And it's a marketing and sales tactic that has been in ploy ever since Mad Men were around, like the true 1940s Mad Men. It's a marketing tactic. It's in all the really old copywriting marketing books, this sense of urgency, but we've been exposed to it for so freaking long now that we just react to it, and we don't realize the stress and pressure and unwise decisions we're making because we're responding to that sense of urgency. There are things that are urgent, and most often they end up in urgent care. There are things that are not urgent. We just scared of missing out. And I think it's important for us as we grow as clinicians and business owners and human beings to understand the difference between the two. That being said, I wish I was going to the Therapy Reimagined conference in, I think it's San Diego. Anyway, maybe Katie Vernoy can get on here and post a link about that and help me understand where I'm not going this year. Tomorrow is another day of tidying things up before I go away for the Spice School conference, and I have discovered something awesome. I thought that I was coming back from my week's leave on the Saturday and then presenting at the ARPA conference the following Monday. But funnily enough, I'd put it in my calendar a month early, so I don't have to get that slideshow presentation done until I get back from leave. Hallelujah for errors in my calendar like that. Okay, I am going to go and work out how on earth I need to do all the bits and pieces from that interview this afternoon, because I still get a bit giggly and excited about it. I am looking forward to talking to you tomorrow afternoon. This is Private Practice. Go enjoy your evening, your night, your morning, wherever you are. I'll talk to you again.